on it. You know, he brought a lot of stuff to my attention that, man, just due to the years, it kind of got watered down, and I forgot. Like, I forgot that Top and BJ, like, they flip. I forgot, but I knew it, but I forgot. They wouldn't even be these. They not even from the block for real. Like, they from the block. Obviously, they got a lot of time in it, but we just talking about, like, original. Like, overly original, like, kind of really growing up, being a shorty there. That's why I always tell y'all, like, it be levels, and y'all don't be understanding it, but it always be levels, and folks really just kind of open my mind up to, like, the levels that it was, because, like, folks, you always know what somebody else, you know, give you the day side of it, bro, but both can be true, but at the end of the day, like, so me and folks, long story short, not so I could get it to the other part, folks knew them, and I could have conveyed and articulated the fact that I knew that everybody from the block knew who Ball Out was. I know everybody knew folks. But my thing was, I did not know him. I didn't spend no time with him. And mainly due to the fact that he wasn't on the block then when I started hanging around the guys at like, 11, 12. He was already moved on normal doing his little you-dos, but he still went to duck. So I kind of like tweaked when I said folks was from the burbs. But like, that's what I remember Sean them saying about folks, and they kind of was saying like folks had a good family and, you know, stuff like that. And then during this, like, folks, Sosa hop on the phone, like, folks, he been on the block longer than you, folks. Like, what you mean he's on the block longer? I'm like, folks, nah, folks. Sosa thought I came in like third, fourth grade. But I'm like, nah, nigga, like, I've been on the block since I was 8. But realistically, I didn't start hanging around the guys till about 3rd grade. Yeah, damn, that's crazy. It's crazy, but yeah, folks, you know, like, folks know what he know, for real. So that's what he told me. That's why this shit on my mind. But anyway, so we got that discovered, and I'm like, nah, bro, I've been on the block, but I just stayed on the 65th end, and like I wasn't hanging around y'all then. So he like, oh, and you know, we just kind of like left it at that point and whatnot. But yeah, man, I just like for Ball, I was just basically, you know, telling me like how he ran C Murder them off the block. You know, Charles them, like, when they first came around, and I remember, like, C Murder them OG never stayed on the block. Like, they never lived on the block like that I could remember. Like, I literally, like, you feel me? That's why I say, like, I be doing straight old Parkway Gardens, Wick City, you feel me? But again, Will, folks, I talked to everything situated out of that, and, you know, so basically after that, man, we was just on the phone, really just going over memories. So I'm like, what's so sad? Because, like, I want to talk to my boy. Like, I want to talk to my boy because I just had a few questions. You know, a few questions that, you know, one, I wanted to ask about the, like, did he remember when him and Von was, you know, beating up the crackhead? And he was like, no, and then he was like, no, I remember it. But then I'm like, do you really remember it? Or you just saying that to shut me up? He like, hell no, I remember it. Like, I ain't even hit him with my fist. Like, I kind of like pushed him, and I'm like, I cried laughing. Cause like, that's exactly what I told y'all happened. So, and then the next thing I asked him, just cause like, obviously I seen them together all the time, but you feel me, he probably wasn't, you feel me, his best friend in his mind type. So shit. I asked Sosa, I'm like, was I capping when I said you and T Roy was best friends, like, before any of that, all that water bag? Like, hell yeah, folks, you know what you know, me and Von, me and T Roy and Von was, you know, best friends, like, and that's kind of like what I remember, folks. Like, before Von came around, like, Sosa and T Roy was like that, like, for real. And, you know, we was just like basically talking about that. And then we just was laughing about, like, you know, some of the memories that we had, folk. And then basically, yeah, that was it, man. And then I ain't want to ask him about, like, coming on the podcast, because, folk, I know how it is, folk, when who you are, like, folks being who he is. And, you know, anytime he talk to one of the guys, niggas be making shit about money or making it, you know, about something like, what can you do for me since you here? And it's like, man, I don't need no nigga for nothing. I don't care what you got, because I'm who I am. I ain't rich myself personally, but I've had the opportunity to experience the finer things in life, and I live a decent life. Like, I'm okay with it. You know, I'm comfortable with living in the means that I live in. Like, you feel me? I ain't wanting it for nothing. But I did ask him,